Today on this Millennial Review, we're taking a look at a very powerful 3600 lumen light from WUBEN. This is a light company that's been an OEM manufacturer in Asia since 1981, and since 2016 they've started to do some of their own things. So in this video we're going to check out this WUBEN B1 3600 lumen light. We're going to check out the settings, how it all goes together. We'll put it on a charge and then we'll take it outside and see just how bright and how well it works. So if this kind of thing is interesting to you, I hope you sit back, hang out with me, and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But first we'll start with the unboxing of this light, which should be pretty neat. I've never actually opened one of these up before. WUBEN did provide this to me for this review, so I'm curious to see what's inside. But yeah, so we'll first start with the lamp, which is heavier than I was anticipating. That's actually a pretty nice weight to it. It's gonna have a bar clamp that should be able to fit up to a 35mm bar clamp. And then we should have in this package, ooh, we've got, looks like a little remote. That should be nice. Maybe you can mount this somewhere where you would need a separate remote for it. You're then going to have the power adapter, which standard US plug, and then the connector. And then finally, this should be our battery pack here. So this light is one of these lights that does require an external battery pack, which I can fully understand considering just how bright it is at 3600 lumens. And it should come with a little reading material. So if that's your kind of thing, you've got some reading material here. And I'll tell you, for the most part, that looks pretty nice. Well, anyway, so let's go ahead, pop this out. This is what's gonna loop around the tube of your bike, so that way you can store it. I like how the battery is inside of this neoprene cover, and it doesn't really look like you're intended to take it out, but feeling inside of there, it feels like it's made up of 1, so that's 2, 4, and 6 18650 cells. I bet you that's true. And let's go ahead and plug it in, and I'm curious to see, oh, that's nice. Let me show you that. So you see that little rubber ring there? That is interfacing with the plug to make that a watertight seal. So on the back, we're showing 3 LEDs. Those aren't blinking, they're just blinking in this. And if we take a look at the instruction manual, that's telling us that 3 LEDs that we've got greater than 60% but less than 80% charge. So this should be bright enough we can go ahead and use it. So let's go ahead and start by turning it on. You've got a power button right back there. So that's gonna turn on the light. Ooh, that's a lot brighter. I don't know if you could see that change. And that is ridiculous. It's hard to even describe just how bright that is. And that's all she's got. So you've got the 3 settings, and then you've got this minus button there, which I'm assuming is gonna bring it down to a much more manageable level. So with it on, to turn it into blink mode, you've got the power button right there, and we're gonna hit that quick double click. And that's what's gonna bring it into the blink. So there's gonna be a couple of settings for the blink mode here, and you can see, yeah, that's just crazy, isn't it? So we've got this pointed down, click again, it's gonna do a different blink mode. And that's what we got. So we've got 2 separate blink modes, and then you can put the minus button and bring it back to solid. And oh my gosh, is this bright. This is really cool. So now that we've gotten a chance to take a look at this, let me go ahead and show you how it gets mounted onto a bike, and then we'll take it outside and I'll show you just how bright this is out on the trail. Mounting this light on the handlebar is actually quite easy. So it wraps right around the handlebar with this plastic clamp, and then you're gonna have an adjustable buckle that you go ahead and flip over, and it's gonna have a cam adjustment where you can go lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. But once it's spin around, you can rotate it down and lock it right into place, and you'll notice you'll have a very secure connection of this right onto the handlebar. Next, you move on to putting the battery on the top tube of your bicycle. Depending on how it's set up, you can also put this on your stem wherever you have room for it. But once it's on the top tube, you're going to then use your rubber strap, slip it through the plastic buckle, pull it around, and then tighten it down onto the bicycle. The final thing you can do from there is plug the connector from the light to the battery, and you're off and running. So we're out in the woods with this light, and as you can see, it's pretty much pitch dark. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn the light on. And this is now going to be our lowest setting. So you can see the lights there. We're going to keep the same exposure throughout. You can see a fair amount of light as we go through. Then we can move this to be on medium, and you'll notice, yeah, at this point there's enough light to really get a sense of just how bright this is. And then you can move it up to high, which is just incredible. Watch this. Might as well be daylight out here. Check out how bright that is. Now, what's really neat is the spread of this lamp is pretty wide, so you get a lot of things in sight. You know, this might be a little too bright to be able to use on the road, but out here on the trails, this is pretty much perfect. So we'll bring it back down to medium. You can see what that looks like, and then bring it back down to low. You can see down at low, you can see forward, but maybe not enough light to have a really great time mountain biking. You could use this with a second headlight and it would probably work fine, but medium or higher, and you're just in perfect shape. I mean, it really does look absolutely incredible. Well, thanks for taking a look at this WUBEN light with me. This WUBEN B1 3600 lumen light is one heck of a light. I'm impressed with just how bright it gets and how well it still manages heat, and, you know, really goes together well. The external battery pack is not my favorite way for a light to get its battery power, but obviously to get all of that power and runtime for such a bright 3600 lumen light, there's no way you can get it installed all in a lamp. And this strap does go onto the bicycle, you know, pretty well all on its own. Well, anyways, thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts on this WUBEN light. Let me know what you think about the B1 3600 lumen lamp. And then, of course, if you're interested, I do have an affiliate link down in the description below, so feel free to go through that. Doesn't cost you anything, but you might end up with a really cool light.